Imagine being trapped in a never-ending cycle of self-doubt, where every decision feels like a shot in the dark. It's a common challenge many of us face, but here's a hard truth. The only constant in life is uncertainty. But what if you could learn to thrive in the midst of chaos, to turn uncertainty into a catalyst for growth and transformation? That's exactly what the ancient Stoics did, and their timeless wisdom can be your guide to do the same and achieve extraordinary outcomes. For you, that may be getting money, becoming famous, or simply finding the courage to pursue your passions with confidence, these ancient lessons will unleash your full potential. Lesson 1. Practice voluntary discomfort. Now, don't get this wrong. It's not about making yourself suffer for no reason. It's about strategically stepping out of your comfort zone to build strength and resilience. Voluntary discomfort means waking up an hour earlier to meditate or plan your day, saying no to distractions like social media, or even choosing to tackle the hardest task on your to-do list first. It's about doing the things that you might not necessarily want to do, but that you know will bring you closer to your goals. Seneca once said, "He who does not wish to be overpowered by pleasure abstains from even those that are necessary." To put simply, this means if you can resist even the smallest temptations, you're training yourself to overcome bigger challenges. By practicing self-denial, you work on becoming not just stronger, but also wiser. It's about honing your ability to focus on what really matters and pushing your limits. Think about successful people like athletes or top entrepreneurs. They consistently put themselves in challenging situations to grow. For example, Muhammad Ali, known not just for his skill in the ring, but also for his incredible work ethic, exemplifies the Stoic principle of voluntary discomfort. He famously said, "I hated every minute of training, but I said, don't quit, suffer now, and live the rest of your life as a champion." This statement reflects a deep commitment to self-discipline and improvement. Ali's training regime was intense. He would push himself to the limits, training for hours on end, running in the early mornings, and even practicing underwater to improve his strength and endurance. This wasn't just about physical preparation. It was a mental battle against his own limits and discomforts. By willingly facing these challenges in training, Ali was not just preparing to win fights, he was strengthening his fortitude and embodying the Stoic ideal of growth through voluntary hardship. And as a result, he was met with extraordinary success. Lesson 2. The art of managing relationships. The Stoics emphasize the value of surrounding ourselves with the right people. It's not just about being social. It's about cultivating relationships that enrich and strengthen us. Seneca once advised, "Associate with people who are likely to improve you." He understood that the company we keep can influence our behaviors and attitudes significantly. The Stoics emphasize that it's better to be alone than in bad company. Why? Because negative influences can leave us distracted from our values and goals. Instead, choosing friends who support, inspire, and encourage us is vital. These relationships should help us grow, offer support when times are tough, and celebrate with us in times of success. Consider the legendary friendship between Marcus Aurelius and his tutor, Fronto. Despite their different roles, they shared a bond of mutual respect and support, reflecting the Stoic ideal that true friends are meant to help each other strive for virtue and understanding. So, think about your circle. Are your relationships pushing you toward your best self? Do they root for you when challenges arise? Just as a strong team is essential for winning a championship, a strong network of positive relationships is essential for achieving success in any area of life. Lesson 3. Practice voluntary poverty. The Stoic practice of voluntary poverty is a powerful antidote to the stress and distraction of modern life. This isn't about denying yourself joy or comfort, but about freeing yourself from the stress and distraction that often accompany the pursuit of material wealth. The Stoics taught that by embracing a simpler life, intentionally limiting our possessions and desires, we could focus more on what truly matters: virtue, wisdom, and our roles in the world. It's about appreciating the basics, finding contentment in simplicity, and avoiding the envy and anxiety that come from constantly wanting more. Take, for example, Warren Buffett. Despite his wealth, he often practiced periods of living simply, eating basic foods and wearing plain clothes as a way to remind himself not to become attached to luxury and abundance. He believed that true richness came from being free of desires that distract us from our ethical and philosophical pursuits. And remember, it is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more that is poor. This Stoic practice of poverty cultivates what's known as apatheia, or emotional resilience, allowing us to detach from the outcomes of our actions and focus instead on acting with integrity and purpose. By reducing our fixation on acquiring wealth, we're not only avoiding spiritual impoverishment, but also fostering an environment where we can think more clearly and act more wisely. The paradox is that by detaching our happiness from material goods, we might find ourselves better positioned to achieve abundance, not because we desperately seek it, but because we are focused on living well. As a result of this, any acquisition of wealth or possessions happen not as the singular mission driven by desperate desire, but as a potential byproduct of our purposeful journey of living with integrity each day. Lesson 4. Memento mori. Remember, you will die. Now, this may seem a little grim, but it serves as a powerful reminder to live each day to its fullest and not take any moment for granted. In achieving success, whether in business or personal life, Memento mori pushes us to prioritize wisely. It's a call to focus intensely on what's truly important, such as your goals, your relationships, and your commitments. This principle urges us to consider how we spend each day. Are you investing time in projects that align with your core objectives? Are you cultivating relationships that enrich and support you and your ambitions? It's about more than just staying busy. It's about being strategic with how you use your energy and time. Marcus Aurelius captured the essence of this principle when he wrote, "You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think." This mindset is not about clinging to the fear of death, but rather it's about acknowledging life's impermanence and using it as motivation to make meaningful choices every day. It teaches us to live with urgency and purpose, not out of fear, but from a place of appreciation for the fleeting nature of time. This isn't just about making the most of today, but about building a legacy that stands the test of time. Lesson 5. Master self-discipline. Self-discipline is the foundation upon which many successful people build their achievements. It starts with setting clear, actionable goals. Once these goals are in place, the Stoic approach teaches us to commit fully to achieving them, putting in 100% effort without getting overly attached to the outcomes. The focus should be on the effort, the input, rather than the results. This echoes the Stoic belief that what truly matters is not the fruits of our actions, but that we perform these actions to the best of our abilities. Marcus Aurelius said, "Just do the right thing. The rest doesn't matter." This teaching captures the Stoic commitment to duty and effort. It's about knowing that you've given your all, and if things don't turn out as planned, you're prepared to learn and improve for the next attempt. This mindset not only fosters resilience, but also continual growth and improvement. Additionally, practicing self-discipline involves an acceptance of impermanence. As Stoics, we understand that circumstances may change and setbacks may occur. This isn't a cause for distress. Rather, it's an opportunity to adapt and persevere. When faced with changes, we calmly adjust our plans and continue forward. This adaptability is crucial, as it allows us to remain determined in our pursuits, regardless of the obstacles we might face. So, as you set your goals, remember to approach them with the discipline of a Stoic. Focus on your duty, detach from the outcomes, and be ready to adapt. This approach doesn't just lead to achieving goals. It builds a character fortified with resilience, adaptability, and a deep sense of fulfillment. And remember, the Stoics weren't anti-wealth, but they recognized money's greatest value was in using it as a means to do more good and live more virtuously. Focus on becoming a valuable member of society, and as a result, wealth would come naturally, not as the desperate mission, but as a byproduct of living with virtue and integrity.